right. Let's see if we can get the show on the road. Let's see here. What am I doing here? This is what I'm doing. All right. Get rid of that nonsense. Now I want to add game capture. Screen capture. Let's just capture, say, this area. All right. Which is a little better than. Oops, wrong one. Let's go to the desktop there. There we go. So people can see things a little bit better, hopefully. Hopefully, anyways, that's the game plan. All right, that should be pretty good. It's probably going to move a little bit, but we'll see. All right, so I think we're ready to go here in this live stream here of Inside Pitch Baseball. We're going to be doing our one and done tournament, so hopefully you guys had a chance to check out some of the previous episodes on that. Let's see if I still got my... I'll show you where we're kind of at with that, maybe. Okay. All right, let's see here. All right, let's see here. Let's go ahead and just do the whole desktop here for a second. We'll get rid of this one. There we are. So just to update everyone, hopefully you've been able to check out our previous episodes on this. Anyways, we have quite a few games under our belt already for the Major League Baseball 2015 One and Done tournament. We had the 16-17 seeds going at it. Baltimore ended up beating Tampa Bay 5-1. We had the Milwaukee, the number 8 seed. I'm sorry, yeah, the number 8 seed was taken out by the 25th seed Milwaukee Brewers 9-8 in an awesome game. Highly recommend you check that out. We also had in the South region, we had Cleveland and Arizona going at it. Arizona 8, Cleveland 1, so a minor upset there with the 18 seed beating the 15 seed. And then we had the New York Mets, a 7 seed, and of course in 2015 they made it all the way to the World Series. Of course they lost to the Kansas City Royals, but they made it all the way to the World Series in real life, and in our Major League Baseball 2015 One and Done tournament, they are knocked out in the first round to the Colorado Rockies 2-0. So 2-0. So what we're going to be doing tonight is we're going to be doing the New York Yankees and the Miami Marlins. New York and Miami going at it. We have the number 9 seed Yankees at 537. They're going to be going up against the 24 seed Miami Marlins at 438. But as we can see so far, seeding doesn't really matter in a one and done tournament. All you have to do is get lucky and get a few hits, just like Colorado. And with some good pitching behind you, you can knock off a higher seed team. So, all right, let's switch back over to the desktop area here. Here we go. Get rid of that. All right, so I've actually set up a few of these games. If we go to load games, you'll see, do I want to load a save game? Yes, as a matter of fact, I do. So I got quite a few of them ready to go. We got the Cincinnati, Kansas City, Baltimore, Washington, Miami, New York, Philadelphia, Chicago, San Diego, Houston, Seattle, Minnesota, St. Louis, and Chicago, which is not part of our league. That was a game that I was saving for something else. Anyway, so we got about 4 or 5 games ready and set up to go. But tonight we're going to be doing the Miami Marlins and the New York Yankees. So hopefully, if you guys are new to my YouTube channel and you're into getting nope. Now I gotta rearrange this so everything. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Really like that. If you're into some baseball simulation programs, you're into helping out. Oh, that's not going to work either. Damn it. All right, I'm going to have to redo this test desktop region because it doesn't look like I got everything. For some reason, I'm off on that. Let me, let's just get rid of this, remove that. First time I actually did that, so remove, view, remove, thank you. You add, screen capture. All right, so now we'll do it a little bit bigger here. There we go. All right, now we can get rid of that. We can make this a little bit bigger for everyone to see. There we go. Now we're cooking. Now we're cooking. There we go. All right, so here we got the, all right, well, let's pull this back up so I don't forget what's going on here. All right, so we have the number 9 seed New York Yankees, and we have the 24 seed Miami Marlins here going at it tonight. I am your host, 1nDone Jester, by the way, and as I mentioned, let's slide this over a little bit. Once I get over this first time, figure out how everything should run, it'll run a little bit smoother. Anyways, I'm hoping you guys can join me for some live action and be able to tell me when a good time to pull a player in, or switching players or whatever. So there's a lot of decisions to be made, and one of the things I'm hoping to prevent is anybody not liking the outcome of a certain game because of decisions being made. And if I make a bad call or I miss something, like if a strategy, if a strategy's called but I forget to look down here, maybe somebody in the chat can remind me. So hopefully you guys can become a subscriber here on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/IDJester, and you can make it to some of our live streams. So hopefully that'll be the case for it. All right, so on to the game now. Michael Pineda is pitching for the Yankees tonight. He actually gets a start over CC Sabathia, who I don't think had a very good year in 2015. His stat line, I think he was like 9-15 or something, 9-12. Pineda had almost as good a record, but a lower ERA. So we went with Pineda for the matchup here, and we went with Dan Heron for Miami. We'll look at him when it's his turn to come up. So the Miami lineup starts off like this. We have D. Gordon at second base, leading off the lefty. We got Martin Prado, the third baseman, the righty. Batting third is Giancarlo Stanton, the DH today. Of course, we are going to be using American League rules because the Yankees are the higher seed, so they have the home field advantage. We have Justin Bourne, first baseman. Michael Ozuna in center field. Christian Yelich in left. JT Realmuto in catching. Hector Varela is short, and Ichiro Suzuki gets to play right field, which is obviously where Stanton normally goes, but because of the DH, we can actually get both of them in there. And for the Yankees, it's going to be Jacob Ellsbury in center, Brett Gardner in left, Carlos Beltran in right, Mark Teixeira at first, Brian McCann the catcher, Chase Headley the third baseman, Alex Rodriguez the DH, Stephen Drew at second base, and Didi Gregorius at short. And, of course, pitching on the mound, Michael Pineda. So let's check out some stat lines here. So Michael Pineda was 12-10 with a 4.37 average. I think, like I said, CC Sabathia was like 9-13 with a 4.76 ERA. So Pineda gets a start over what's his face? Have it at the tip of my tongue and I forgot it. Sabathia. Couldn't think of it. He has 160 innings pitched, 176 hits, 156 strikeouts, 21 walks. So not very many walks, and almost a strikeout an inning. All right, well, let's get things going here. I was just kind of stalling a little bit here just to see if we get some people in the chat, some people joining us. All right, well, batting first today for Miami, D. Gordon, who had 4 home runs, 46 RBIs, had 58 stolen bases, and a 333 average. So, if he can get on base, he is a threat, a very good threat to steal. He's obviously going to have some really good base running numbers there, probably a 5 there, I would imagine. Let's see how he does against Michael Pineda. Again, I've got the sound turned off for the game, and I have the strategy turned on, even if the score is crazy or whatever. So, one thing I was thinking about the other day or yesterday when it might have come into a situation, I said I was going to use strategy whenever it came up and just use the defaults. There is going to be one exception to that, one exception only. That exception will be if a strategy comes up that forces a team to lose the game. So, for example, if there's a man on first, which happened yesterday in our game, and the tying run is up at the plate, um, it doesn't really matter if this guy's on first or second base. So having a steal there could lose him the game if there's 2 outs. It could force, if the strategy comes up to steal and there's 2 outs, the man on first going to second obviously could end the game with the out. So him being on first or second doesn't matter because, the team that's at bat is 2 runs down. So the tying run's at the plate, not at first base. If he's on first base and wants to get to second, that's a totally different story, and I would take the steal. But in this case, if it's a matter of one team being down by 2 runs and the strategy calls for a steal and there's 2 outs and it would cause the team to lose a game, I'm not going to foul the strategy for that. That would be the only exception because I don't want a game to be won or lost based upon a bad strategy call on a random roll. Basically, is what I'm trying to prevent. Well, anyways, I think we're ready to get going here. Michael Pineda against D. Gordon. And Pineda gets a sign here from McCann. Actually, before we start, Yankee Stadium 2015. Here it is. +1 on strikeouts, +2 on walks. Let's look at the New York Yankees defense. So Gardner in left, average range, great error rating. Ellsbury in center, average range, great in errors. Beltran in right is way below average in range and decent in errors. Headley at third base, way above not way above, just above average range and poor in errors. Gregorius at short is above average in range, and I would say for shortstops, average in the 5 rating. Seems like there's a lot of shortstops that have some pretty high numbers. So Drew at second is average and probably average as well in his error rating. Teixeira at first, average in range and good in his error. Pineda on the mound, average and pretty poor for error rating. And McCann behind the plate is above average in range and above average, makes it a little bit more than normal errors for a catcher. I think 9's a little high. So for all in all, for all purposes, the range 1, 2, 3, and 2 down. So they're 1 above average in range, and probably I would say above average in they don't commit as many errors. And we'll look at Miami when their turn comes up to bat. So there we go. All right, let's get this game going. Hopefully it'll be a great game for you guys to watch. It's Pineda with the sign and the pitch. And away it comes, and where this ball game is on the way, right off the bat, we just talked about errors. We're going to find out if my statement is true about errors, because D. Gordon, 51, that's going to be a ground ball right back to the pitcher. We just talked about his rating there. And this case, Pineda is an error. It's a one base error, and D. Gordon gets on base. So because of the error, right off the bat, oh, and we got a hit and run situation right off the bat. Miami wants to keep things rolling and moving down the bases. They got a somewhat fast team between Gordon, Suzuki, Hector Varela. Yelich is pretty good at. I guess the kind of their only Real Muto and Justin Bourne are a little bit slower than average. Giancarlo, he's kind of slow too, but he probably won't be standing on first base much. But we'll see. Who knows? All right, so we're going to try a little hit and run with Martin Prado and see what happens here in the top of the first inning. Nobody out. 34, and that's a possibility strikeout, but nope, Martin Prado gets his bat on the ball. That's usually a good thing when you got a man in motion, especially when you get a base hit. Base hit 5 is going to be a single, and that is definitely going to advance D. Gordon all the way to third. So D. Gordon easily into third base. And we got runners on the corners with nobody out here. Michael Pineda and the Yankees are just starting off here, the number 9 seed. Let's see if they can hold off this threat in the top of the first inning. Hey, how you doing there? Welcome to joining us tonight. We're doing some inside pitch baseball. We're doing the 2015 Major League Baseball season 1-and-done tournament that I've been hosting on my YouTube channel. So hopefully you check that out. If not, well, then you probably don't know what we're doing here. We shall see. All right, well, Giancarlo Stanton with man on the corner, runners on the corners, and nobody out here in the top of the first. Giancarlo Stanton, let's check out his stat line. 27 home runs, 67 RBIs, 4 stolen bases, 265 average. Let's see if he can do something with Michael Pineda. We got a righty versus righty matchup. It's a 1-3. It's going to be a range play. We just talked. New York has 1 above average, so just above average in range. And we got a 44. That's a ground ball hit to Gregorius. He's got above average range. And Gregorius fails his range check. And D. Gordon comes in. And Prado stops at second base. Prado stops at second. And so first and second, nobody out, and a run aboard already for Miami. Justin Bourne comes up. He had 23 home runs, 73 RBIs, no stolen bases, and a 262 average. So Justin Bourne, and the pitch, still no outs. And Pineda has walked the bases loaded here in the top of the first inning. And Miami, the number, what was their seed? The number 24 seed, got bases loaded here, top of the first inning with nobody out. Marcell Ozuna, 10 home runs, 44 RBIs, 2 stolen bases, a 259 average. And he bats righty, so righty versus righty matchup. You'd think Pineda would have the advantage here, but we'll find out. 22, we got a range play at the ballpark, so this is a double whammy for the defense. Marcell Ozuna, 1-6, and he's got himself a single in center unless Ellsbury can take it away. Ellsbury does have the chance to take away that. I'm sorry, it's Gardner in left field. I thought it was S8, but it's S7. Gardner in left field needs to make the play. Let's find out, can he make it? 1, 2, or 3, he will, and he does take away the single. And so we're going to take a look and see. Martin Prado 3 if roll is less than or equal to. So Martin Prado is going to score on the flyout by Marcell Ozuna, and Miami takes a 2-0 lead here, 1 out. And good thing for Gardner taking away that base hit, or probably several would have scored, and there still would have been no outs. So Gardner there saving at least a run. Christian Yelich, He's 7 home runs, 44 RBIs, 16 stolen bases, and bats 300. 2015. Hopefully the sound and everything for my voice is on. Do we have a strikeout? And we do. Yelich gets a strikeout here. All right, JT Realmuto, the catcher, hit 10 home runs, 47 RBIs, 8 stolen bases, and 259. So Realmuto, for a catcher, actually has quite a few stolen bases here. 8 stolen bases for catcher. Well, 2 men on, 2 outs. Let's see if Realmuto can keep things rolling here in the first inning. 2-1. He's almost hit by the pitch. Nope, he doesn't take any. So Realmuto gets his bat on the ball and flies it out to Beltran in right field. Let's check out the runs. Yes, I think that's right. So after half an inning, Miami bats 7 players, gets 2 runs. They could have had more if not for Brett Gardner in left field. Let's take a look at Dan Heron. Dan Heron was 11-9, 3.60 ERA, 187 innings pitched, 174 hits, 132 strikeouts, and 36 walks. Let's see how Dan Heron handles New York here, as Jacob Ellsbury had 7 home runs, 33 RBIs, 21 stolen bases, and batted .257. So Dan Heron with the windup and the pitch, and we got a Yankee Stadium check. Yankee Stadium says it's a single into left field, and aboard is Ellsbury. Well, Brett Gardner comes up. He hit 16 home runs, 66 RBIs, 20 stolen bases, batting .259. We got a steal attempt right off the bat here. Steal from Jacob Ellsbury. Let's do this and see what happens. It's a 4. It's a stolen base. And just like Miami, the New York gets their lead runner on and gets him to second base with nobody out. All right, Brett Gardner steps in, the left fielder, the lefty, batting lefty, 36, and he strikes out to Dan Heron. First out of the game for the Yankees. Carlos Beltran, 16 home runs, 67 RBIs, no stolen bases, .276 average. Carlos Beltran. And the windup of the pitch against the switch hitter is going to be nothing. And a 41 is a fly ball into left field. Yelich makes the catch. 2-way. Mark Teixeira, 31 home runs, 79 RBIs, 2 stolen bases, .255 average. So it's got a little bit of pop to him and a little bit of everything. So he's the first baseman, cleanup hitter today, and he'll also be batting left. So that's a blank. And a 31 is a fly ball to Ozuna in center field. Makes the catch, and after one complete, Miami 2, New York 0. Top of the second, we got Hidemi Hector-Varela, 5 home runs, 48 RBIs, 7 stolen bases, .281 average. And he is, of course, the shortstop for Miami. Pineda with the windup in the pitch, and it's just a redo. Wind up in the pitch again. And we got a ballpark, Yankee Stadium, Hector Varela, Yankee Stadium, 55. 16 is going to be a fly ball into left field for the out. So Hector Varela got a little bit too much on it. Suzuki there, 1 home run, 21 RBIs, 11 stolen bases, .229 average. Ichiro Suzuki. 1 away here in the second inning. 45. That is a blank spot. So Ichiro Suzuki. Ground ball hit at Drew, and Drew makes the play over to first. 2-way. Back up to D. Gordon, 0 for 1, but he did score a run. on the error. Got on with the error. What do we got? 42. A 9 does fall into the single category, so Pineda gives up a single to D. Gordon. D. Gordon's on for the second time today. Martin Prado 1 for 1 and scored a run. So Prado, 2 outs. Can he deliver here? No strategy this time. 1-3, another range play for New York. Oh, we forgot to check out Miami's range. We'll do that. 65, he's going to fly this out to Beltran. Does he make the catch? No, he does not make the catch. Does not make the catch. And easily, once again, D. Gordon races around these bases. Goes first to third. No problem. Well, there we go. We got first and third. Once again for Giancarlo Stanton, who's 1 for 1 and an RBI. Let's see if he can deliver for Miami again. The windup, the pitch, curveball, and strikes him out. So ends the inning with Miami threatening once again. Brian McCann, the catcher, 26 home runs, 94 RBIs, no stolen bases, 232 average. Dan Heron, give up just 1 hit so far and 1 strikeout. We're in the bottom of the second inning, 6-3, and he strikes out Brian McCann on a fastball, low and away. Chase Headley, 11 home runs, 62 RBIs, no stolen bases, 259 average. Chase Headley will wind up the pitch. Here it comes. It's a blank. So Headley gets himself some contact here, grounds it over to Gordon. Gordon to Bourne, and 2 away. Let's take a look at Miami's defense while we got a chance, while I'm thinking about it. Yelich in left field, excellent range, excellent in giving up very few errors. Ozuna in center is below average. He does have a great rating for his errors, and Suzuki in right field is above average and no errors. Prado at third, average rating and probably about average in errors. Hector Varela, excellent range and doesn't give up as near as many as normal shortstops. Gordon above average and not many errors as well. Bourne is kind of the weak spot. First baseman, very bad rating in range and average in errors. Harden on the mound, no range, but doesn't give up any errors. And Rio Muto is average and gives up slightly more errors than average catcher, I guess is the best way to put it. So there are 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 above, 1 down, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 6 up and 5 down. So they're +1, just like the Yankees in their total range. And I would say probably just above average and not giving up very many errors as well. All right, Alex Rodriguez. Alex, 33 home runs, 86 RBIs, 4 stolen bases, 250 average. Alex Rodriguez. And Alex swings on an 0-2 out of the zone, and he goes down. So after 2 complete, we got Miami 2, New York nothing. Justin Bourne 0 for 1 with, or I'm sorry, 0 for 0 with a walk. And here comes the pitch, and a strikeout. Pineda's starting to find his rhythm a little bit now. Ozuna is 0 for 0, walked. No, he didn't walk. 0 for 0. He got on. It wasn't an error. How did he get on? It wasn't a walk. Can't remember how Ozuna got on. How did he get on? Well, it doesn't matter because this time he strikes out. Christian Yelich 0 for 1 with a strikeout. 2 away here in the top of the third. We got a Yankee Stadium here. Yelich does have some power. Lefty. And we have a rare play. Our first rare play of the tournament comes on this play right here. And let's see what happens. So the pitcher grabs his shoulder after pitching. Injury check for the pitcher. So Michael Pineda is injured and will miss 13 games. Well, there won't be that many in the tournament, but Michael Pineda is out. Michael Pineda is out. This could hurt the Yankees because they're going to have to bring in another pitcher. And if the Yankees survive, that means they're going to have to bring in their third or fourth starter for the next game. Well, we're going to bring in Sabathia, assuming I can find him in the list here. CC Sabathia. Why can I not find him? Maybe they do not list any of the other starters, which is a possibility. Well, in that case, it's really gonna. Well, we're gonna bring in. Games. These must just be relievers. So none of the starters can actually come in. Wow. Okay. Well, this is definitely going to hurt my New York's chances then. Well, let's bring in the person who's got the longest rate, so at least he can face 9 batters. So we're going to bring in Rogers here. He's got a 9. Nobody else isn't even close to that, so he's kind of like their long reliever. Esmil Rogers is coming in for Michael Pineda, and Yankee Stadium is gone silent here. All right, let's take a look at Rogers. So he's 1-1 and 6.29 ERA, 33 innings pitched, 41 hits, 31 strikeouts, and 14 walks. So Esmil Rogers, well, let's take a look. He only had 33 innings pitched. Esmil Rogers. So he was only in 18 games. I guess it's okay. I wouldn't want it if it was, less than that. I'm trying to use all the players were mostly in the game. The only problem with using all these guys is every other inning somebody's going to have to come in, and if he's got a 9, that means he's a long reliever. So we're going to leave him in and see how it goes. You never know. Sometimes these guys are called upon, and so it's going to be a rare play, but nothing actually happened. So we're going to re-roll, starting from the beginning with Esmil Rogers here for the Yankees. 1, 2, and no strikeout for Yelich. Let's see if Yelich can take. Nope, hits it over to second base, and Stephen Drew makes the out. Speaking of Stephen Drew, he is now up 17 home runs, 44 RBIs, no stolen bases, only a 201 average, though. It was a close call between him and a couple other second basemen. I decided to go with Drew because of the lefty-righty matchup, that he might have an advantage. But we'll see if that comes into play. All right, Darren Herron here in the top of the third inning. Bottom of the third inning, yes. Okay. Had me a little confused there for a second. 55, range play. Range play. Miami has some great defenders, and they have some very poor defenders. Bourne, Ozuna, and Herron. And they also have Hector Villa, Yelich, Gordon, and Suzuki. So it depends where it's hit. 54. This one's going to be hit to Gordon. Let's see if D. Gordon can make the play. And with his 4 range, he does make the play on Steven Drew. So bottom of the lineup here, D.D. Gregorius, 9 home runs, 56 RBIs, 5 stolen bases, 265 average. And Dan Heron, 1 out here in the bottom of the third. 1-5. No strikeout for Gregorius. And he gets himself a single. He's on back to the top of the lineup. Jacob Ellsbury, 1 for 1 today. 1 for 1. Facing Dan Heron for the second time. 34. This time he goes down on a strikeout. Brett Gardner made that great play in left field earlier, 0 for 1 with the strikeout. 42 against the lefty. It's going to be a home run shack. The home run shack against the lefty doesn't come in. The dice are not kind right now. Not kind at all. 1-3. That's going to be a pop-up to a fly out to Ozuna instead of a home run. Way back Ozuna goes. He just didn't go far enough. All right, top of 4, JT Realmuto, the catcher. JT Realmuto, the catcher. And no strikeout. Esmail Rogers now in the game. And JT gets himself a single into right field. And he's going to test McCann's arm here. And he's caught stealing. JT Realmuto's caught stealing. Just barely got it there. It's a close play at second. Ump calls him out. The replay booth confirms it. So 1 away. Hector Villa 0 for 1 today. 53. No strikeout. Hector Villa 1-4, and he's got himself a single. And we're going to try a little hit and run with him and Ichiro Suzuki. 1 away here in top of 4th inning. Rogers with the windup in the pitch. And that's going to be a strikeout. And it looks like a stolen base for Hector Villa. Stolen base. Runner save, check catcher for error. So, stolen base and 5 error check on McCann, and he does have a throwing error. Throws it into center field there. And just like that, Hector Villa makes it all the way to third base with 2 away. It's now a pass ball or a wild pitch could score him. D. Gordon's up. 1 for 2, scored a run. Rogers, a little wild here, thrown into the spotlight. Uh-oh, home run check. Ooh, just barely outside his range, too. Not that D. Gordon would have hit it. 32, he flies out to right field. Beltran ends the inning, getting the man all the way over to third base. Hector Villa couldn't quite score him, though. So bottom of 4, Beltran 0 for 1. 0 for 1, and we're going to have a home run check. And Beltran says, I'm going yard. Goodbye. See you later. And cranks on out. And it's now 2-1 as the Yankees get a solo shot by Carlos Beltran. Mark Teixeira is up now. Dan Heron left an 0-2 pitch up in the zone, but he comes right back. Teixeira trying to match Beltran, over swinging on the fastball and strikes out. Brian McCann 0 for 1 with the strikeout. 56 and almost back to back, but nope. 41. He's got himself a double. A double for McCann. Chase Headley, who is 0 for 1, third baseman, 62. And it's going to be a ground ball hit to Hector Ria. And let's see, it is his shortstop. Hit the runner. Nope. Okay, so no advancement. Second out. And Alex Rodriguez here. The home crowd a little shocked at the events of what's going on here. Uh-oh, wild pitch possibility. 9 is a wild pitch. And Brian McCann makes it to third base. Rodriguez, RBI opportunity. There are 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th inning. But he strikes out on a 3-2 call. Just gives the ump a little bit of the business there as he walks back. And the hometown crowd not happy about that call. Well, after 4 complete, 2-1 Miami as the Yankees cut into their lead. Martin Prado, third baseman, 2 for 2, the hot hitting Martin Prado. And he's got himself another contact with the ball. This time, Beltran makes a good play in right field for the out. Giancarlo Stanton 1 for 2 with a strikeout and an RBI. And we have another, Yankee Stadium check. Yankee Stadium check for Giancarlo can be dangerous. He's got the power to send it out. Let's see, 2-4. Not this time. Hits it right down the line to Headley. Makes the play, 2-way. Justin Bohr. 2-5. Another range play. Back-to-back range plays here. 43. That's going to be a single unless it's taken away. Center field Ellsbury here. 4-3. Is he going to make the play? No, he does not make the play. And Justin Bourne gets himself a single. Marcell Ozuna 0 for 1 with a strikeout and an RBI. .34, and he does not get hit by the pitch. Does not get hit by the pitch. Instead, against the righty, he's going to fly out to center field. Ends the inning. Bottom of 5, Stephen Drew 0 for 1 today. And that's a blank against the lefty. That's the reason he's in there, to get these blanks against lefties. 46 against the righty is going to be ground ball to second. Gordon with the out. Didi Gregorius 1 for 1 today. 61, a range play. 31, that's a single unless it's taken away by Yelich. Christian Yelich has the opportunity to take away a single. He fails the check, and a single it is. Didi Gregorius 2 for 2 on the day now. Jacob Ellsbury, center fielder, no strategy. 1 out. Bottom of 5, 55. Range play again. This one's going to go to another single past Gordon, unless Gordon can make the play. 32. So it's Gordon either going to make a great play or it's back-to-back singles. He is successful. Now the question is it a ground ball double play? Roll is greater than runner, so he's going to advance, and then it's going to be no double play out at first. So the only play is at first is Gordon dives. By the time he settles himself, Gregorius is already at second, so he takes the sure out at first on Ellsbury. Brett Gardner 0 for 2 with a strikeout. 63, and no strikeout this time. 54, he's going to fly into left field to end the inning. And Rogers here in the top of the 6th inning, already tired. They're going to leave him. They're going to leave him in to face Yelich, the lefty. See if he can get at least one more inning out of him. We'll see. 1-4. That is a strikeout. Good call. Good call by Oh, um, uh, I can see him. I've got pictures of him. All I can think of is Don Mattingly, which is the Miami coach there. Who Yankees is. I'm gonna punch myself while I'm thinking about it. All right, Rogers facing off against JT Realmuto. Sometimes if you don't think about it, it just comes to you. It's a Yankee Stadium check. Yankee Stadium says 3-4. That says single into center field plus the base running, so it's less than or equal to the base running. Then batter is safe with a double. So he turns it from a single into a double as JT Realmuto hustles, and Gardner lets him get into second base on the double with one out. Hector Varela 1 for 2. Hector Varela, he's a righty. We're going to leave him in. 2-6. Nope, no strikeout. Hector Varela 1 for 2. He flies out to left field there for the second out. Well, that's it for Rogers. Not bad for not being able to warm up or have much chance. 2 strikeouts. I gave up 4 hits, no runs, no earns, and no walks, and 2 strikeouts. So that'll be his stat line. They're going to be bringing in the lefty, Justin Wilson. Justin Wilson's going to come in and face off against Suzuki and D. Gordon. All right, Justin Wilson, let's check out his stat line here. So 5-0 with a 3.10 ERA, 61 innings pitched, 49 hits, 66 strikeouts, and 20 walks. All right, Suzuki's 0 for 2 with a strikeout, 51 error possibility on a throw opportunity, and 64 against the lefty. It's going to be a T8, which is 8. It's going to be error check on Ellsbury to see if he has an error. Even though it's a low roll, Ellsbury makes no error. So good play by Ellsbury for the out. Let me just see what happened here. So we had this one and this one. For some reason, oh, it's a T. It's a 888. He had a triple into center field. That was an error and a throw possibility. Okay. So there was no error on the throw, but it was still a triple. So that's right. I don't need to undo this. I understand what happened now. So Suzuki gets a triple into the gap and right center field, and Ellsbury trying to gun him down at third throws it on line, but the triple by Suzuki scores JT Realmuto, and Miami extends their lead 3-1 over the Yankees. All right. Justin Wilson facing off against D. Gordon, the lefty here. 55. Error possibility again. D. Gordon. RBI opportunity 1-2. That's going to be hit over to Teixeira. Doesn't make many errors. So no error on the play, and that should end the inning. But on the triple by Suzuki, JT Realmuto scores the run, and Miami takes a 2-run lead again, 3-1, going in the bottom of the 6th inning. All right, facing off against Dan Herring, he's still got a little bit of strength left. Carlos Beltran, who's got the only run for the Yankees, 1 for 2 with a home run. And we have a ballpark effect again. I think this is what he hit his home run on last time. And it's a 1-5. This time he gets a ground ball, Hector Varela for the out. Mark Teixeira 0 for 2 with a strikeout. And Dan Herron's having a really good pitching. I shouldn't have said that already, but Never say it when they're actually pitching. 2-4. Oh, this one 2-4. Just make sure. Okay, it's a fly ball to center field. And now Brian McCann 1 for 2 with a double. And it's 2-3, which is fly ball to right field. And that ends the inning 1-2-3. We're in the top of the 7th, 3-1 Miami. Again, the Miami, the 24 seed, up against the Yankees, which are the 9 seed. It's certainly not over. The Yankees have a lot of power. They have a lot of good hitters, too, so it's certainly not over. Justin Wilson is going to be pulled for the right-hander. Righties are coming in now. Carpenter, actually, Betances here. What inning we? No, I think we'll bring in. Yeah, we'll bring in Betances. So Dylan Betances, let's check out his stat line. He has 6-4 win-loss, 9 saves, 150 ERA, 84 innings pitched, 45 hits, 131 strikeouts, 38 walks. Hi everyone, how you doing tonight? Playing some inside pitch baseball. 2015 tournament, 1nDone. We got the number 9 New York Yankees up against the 24 seed Miami Marlins. Top of 7, Marlins are winning 3-1. So an upset brewing here in Yankee Stadium, as it was the 3rd inning. The starting pitcher for the Yankees was hurt on a play and had to be pulled out. So since then they've been going with relievers. All right, Dylan Betances here against Martin Prado. Prado is 2 for 3 with a run. And we'll see what happens. 1-4, hit by pitch, no hit by pitch. And it's a 6-4, which happens to be a ground ball to Teixeira for the first out. Giancarlo Stanton 1 for 3 with a strikeout and an RBI. Giancarlo, he's the righty, so that's going to be a blank. Giancarlo gets his bat on the ball and doubles into left field. Giancarlo doubles into left field. And with 1 out, they're going to try and steal with Giancarlo. Here he goes. And throwing error 12, no throwing error, but he does steal the base. Giancarlo steals the base, gets over to third with only 1 out, so a deep fly will score him. Justin Bour, who's 1 for 2 with a walk and a strikeout. It's a 1-1 error possibility here, error on a throw. Let's see what comes up. It's a single, and that's going to score a run. It's over to, oh, wait a minute. That's right. No, it should be, yes. No error on the play. It's over to Teixeira's head, and couldn't make the catch. And Giancarlo Stanton trots home for the 4th run as Justin Bour hits a single down the line, and Miami extends their lead 4-1. All right, Marcell Ozuna 0 for 2 with a strikeout and an RBI. 43, 4-3, error again possibility. Error again possibility, 31. That's going to be a ground ball to Drew. Ground ball to Drew, but no error on the play. And it's going to actually be a ground ball double play, as Ozuna and Bour get caught in the ground ball double play. It's going to be, let's see, who was hit to? It was hit to second, so it was hit to Drew. So it's going to be a 4-6-3 double play. 4-6-3 if you're keeping score at home. I know you all are. I know you got your scorecards out and you're filling them out as we go. 4-1. And that ends the inning, so it's 7th inning stretch time. 7th inning stretch. What a ball game here as the 24 seed Marlins take a 4-1 lead at the Yankee Stadium. Chase Headley, third baseman, 0 for 2. 65, and we got a home run check. 8 is just outside his wheelhouse. Just outside his wheelhouse, so looks like he's got himself some contact. Let's find out what happens. 1-3. Steady hits ground ball to Gordon for an easy out. Alex Rodriguez 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Not having a good day. Drew Herron is now officially tired, so next runner will force his retirement from the game. 53. And that is a single because he is tired. So that's it for Dan Herring. Yes, I understand that. Thank you. All right, so let's see who's coming up. 4 lefties, so I guess we're going to be bringing in a lefty here. Michael Dunn is going to come back in. Actually, before we do that, let's take a look. Dan Herron's line here. 6 in the 3rd innings pitched. Gave up 6 hits, 1 run, 1 earned, 6 strikeouts, no walks. Good day for Dan Herring. Excellent day for Dan Herring. All right, Steven Drew 0 for 2 as Rodriguez gets on. We're going to try a little hit and run action here. Yankees got to get some motion going on the base paths. We got a 35, and 8 does not fall in the single, so Steven Drew, 55, he lines it back to the pitcher, and the runner is doubled up, and Miami's defense, excellent range, and most of their players have excellent range. Runner at first is doubled up as the Dunn whips it over to Bohr with Rodriguez trying to get back to the plate, can't make it, or back to the base, can't make it, and is doubled up for a double play. That is a 1-3 double play. Wow. All right, Christian Yelich. So that ends the inning, actually, with that double play as well. So we're in the top of the 8th inning, 4-1. Christian Yelich, the left fielder. We got a lefty, then 2 righties. Well, his day is done there. We're going to bring in David Carpenter. I could bring in the lefties, but I want to save it for a time where there's more lefties together. Although the lefties are kind of spread out. But Yelich is 0 for 3, so I'm going to bring in a righty, David Carpenter. The righty, David Carpenter, let's take a look at his stat line here. He's 0 for 1 with a 4.01 ERA, 24 innings pitched, 25 hits, 15 strikeouts, and 8 walks. Let's see how he does against Miami. Christian Yelich here. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts, 44, and 10 does not fall in the home run category. So no home run from that check. 34, grounds back to the pitcher. Carpenter comes in. He's got 1 range, very poor, but no error, so that's good. JT Realmuto, 2 for 3 with a double and a run on Suzuki's triple. 36, a range play. Range play for New York. We haven't had one of those for a while. This one's hit to Headley. And Headley can't make it as it falls just on the line down the third base side, and it falls in for a base hit. And all the breaks are going Miami's way here. Hector Villa 1 for 3 today. 1 for 3. 4-6 and no strikeout. Hector Villa gets a ground ball back to the pitcher, and Realmuto actually advances to second, and Hector Villa is thrown out at first. So, man in scoring position for Ichiro Suzuki, one of my all-time favorite players. He got himself a triple. So, yeah. Let's see what he can do with this one. 34 and no strikeout. He's going to get a bat on a ball, or he's going to die trying. Now this time tries to ground it down to first base line. Teixeira makes a backhand stop and gets to first in time. We're in the bottom of eighth. D.D. Gregorius 2 for 2 today. They're not going to pull him. Michael Dunn, 63, and strikes out D.D. Gregorius. Jacob Ellsbury, the lefty, 1 for 3 today with a strikeout. 62 against the lefties, a blank. 42, that's going to be a fly ball into center field. And Brett Gardner, 2 OA here. 0 for 3 with a strikeout. 35, 3-5, and that is going to be a not a single. 3-5, yes. Okay, I wanted to make sure I had that right. Brett Gardner, left fielder, 3-1. He gets himself a single. And, yep, that's it. That's it for Michael Dunn. Michael Dunn is officially done. So we got a switchy, and a lefty coming up. 8th inning. Well, we're going to bring in Sam Dyson. Sam Dyson's going to try and set things up for the 9th inning. Sam Dyson. Let's take a look at Sam's line here. So 5-4 with 2 saves, 2.63 ERA, 75 innings pitched, 65 hits, 71 strikeouts, and 20 walks. So he's got to face Carlos Beltran, 1 for 3 with a home run, scored a run and an RBI. 21, no strikeout. We got a 66. He lines it to Bohr at first. Is it going to be another double? Oh, that was 3 outs, so they didn't have to worry about that. All right, let's see. We got a lefty, righty, lefty. So I guess we'll bring in the lefty. We're going to bring in Chasen Cervale. They could bring in Andrew Miller in the 9th inning. He's their closer, but they might as well. I mean, he won't need to close anything else unless the Yankees come back, so they might as well use him now. All right, he'll face off against the left-handed D. Gordon. Lefty on lefty matchup, 43, 4-3, range play at the ballpark. Double whammy against the defensive team. 65, that's going to be a single into right field, possible more. And it's a range play check too, so Beltran failed his check. And then we check to see if roll is 6, batter thrown out at second. So D. Gordon trying to stretch it into a double, and Beltran guns him down at second base for the out. So D. Gordon thrown out at second with great play by Beltran. He's been the Yankees MVP with a home run and now great defensive play. So 1 away. Andrew Miller will face off against Martin Prado, the third baseman. And wild pitch, which is nothing. Roll again. Roll again. 1-3 and no strikeout. And even with the plus there, no strikeout. So Martin Prado, he's going to get a hold of one. Let's see what happens. 4-5. Ground ball back to the pitcher. Easy play for Miller. 2 away. And he'll face off against Giancarlo Stanton, who's 2 for 4 with a double, a strikeout, a run, and an RBI. Do you take the bat out of Giancarlo Stanton's? I think you do. We'll just do this, and then we'll come down here And we'll say against the lefty, we're just going to intensely walk Giancarlo. We want to face off against the left-hitting Justin Bour. He has no home runs against lefties, so all right. Let's see if this is a good call by I still can't believe I can't think I can. It's like right at the tip of my tongue too. The manager 1-5. That is a blank because he's got one left. So that worked out for New York so far. 22 grounds off, ground ball right over to Headley, and the Yankees have three left, 3 outs remaining. So Dyson, the righty, they're going to pull him for A.J. Ramos. A.J. Ramos is coming in to face off against Teixeira, McCann, and Headley. They're probably not going to switch any of those. Teixeira, McCann, and Headley. They don't have much on their bench, I don't believe. Let's take a look. If we look at games, they do have Chris Young. He does have some pop, 14 home runs, so that's something to keep in mind. So Chris Young. Daniel Murphy's at 277. Okay, so they do have a few players on their bench, actually. So Teixeira 0 for 3, 255, 31 home runs. I think you got to keep Mark Teixeira in there, right? So, especially since he's a switch hitter. 32, and good call as he walks. Brian McCann, the lefty. No strategy, no outs. Can the Yankees come back in the bottom of the 9th inning? 42, and Brian McCann strikes out. Chase Headley, 259, 11 home runs. Going to leave him in since he's a switch hitter. 34. We have a ballpark, Yankee Stadium. 46, and we got another rare play. Another rare play. So Roller to first base, who possibly bobbles and possibly throws it wild to first, resolving it by rolling against the first base error rating. First on the bobble, then for the throw, Justin Bourne bobbles the ball, error on Justin Bourne. So an error, and it looks like a one-base error, and that's going to bring the tying run up to the plate with 1 out here in the bottom of the 9th inning. And you know who's up? Alex Rodriguez, 1 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. Alex Rodriguez with his 33 home runs. You can't pull Alex. So it's going to be A.J. Ramos versus Alex Rodriguez. 1 out, bottom of 9th. Miami 4, Yankees 1. Tying run at the plate. Alex Rodriguez swings and misses at a 2-2 high fastball. All right, that brings up Stephen Drew, the lefty, 0 for 3 today. They're going to pull Stephen Drew, and they're going to be bringing in R.J. Murphy. Let's see, games. Chris Young. They're going to be bringing in Chris Young, who is their left fielder. Chris Young is going to come in and pitch hit. Chris Young, who had 14 home runs, 42 RBIs, 3 stolen bases, and batted .252. So Chris Young comes in for Stephen Drew. Let's see how A.J. Ramos can do against him. A.J. Ramos versus Chris Young, 45. Uh-oh. 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 No, don't say it is. Don't say it is. That 4 falls in the check, but we still need to get this one. So the blue dice down here, if it's a 1-11, then Chris Young has tied this ball game up in the bottom of the 9th inning. Let's find out. And it's a 14. He does not get the home run with 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th inning. Oh my gosh. Pressure situation. He got a 52 against the righty. He's going to ground ball. Hits a ground ball to Gordon. And that's the end of the game. Instead of a home run, which he had a 55% chance to get, 55% chance to tie the ball game up, Chris Young does not get the roll, and instead of a tie ball game, it's game over. The number 9 seed New York Yankees fall to the number 24 seed Miami Marlins 4-1. And let's go ahead and save these game statistics before we do anything else. Let's check out the game stats here. Bring this up a little bit for you guys here. Position it a little bit easier for you guys to see. So Miami with 13 hits scored 4 runs, and they had 2 doubles, 1 triple, and no home runs. D. Gordon was 2 for 5. Prado was 2 for 5. Giancarlo was 2 for 4 with a walk. Bourne was 1 for 4 with a walk. Ozuna was 1 for 3. Yelich was 0 for 4. Rio Muto was 3 for 4. Hector Varela was 1 for 4. And Izuki was 1 for 4 with a triple. For the Yankees, it was Ellsbury 1 for 4. Gardner 1 for 4. Beltran 1 for 4 with a home run. Teixeira 0 for 3. McCann 1 for 4. Headley 0 for 4. Rodriguez 1 for 4. Stephen Drew 0 for 3. Chris Young 0 for 1 was, oh my God, we could still be playing extras here. And Didi Gregorius 3 for 2. They had a total of 7 hits and 1 double and 1 home run. They had only 1 walk and 9 strikeouts. Let's check out the starting pitchers lines. Michael Pineda only lasted 2 2/3 innings before getting hurt. Gave up 4 hits, 2 runs, 1 error, 1 walk, and 4 strikeouts. He'll take the loss. The winning pitcher today, Dan Heron, 1-0 with a 6. He pitched 6 1/3 innings. Gave up 6 hits, 1 run, 1 earned, 6 strikeouts, and 1 home run and 1 wild pitch. And as you just saw here, the number 24 seed, bring that back up in your thing here, the 24 seed Miami Marlins win 4-1 against the Yankees, and we have the Miami Marlins heading on to face off against the Milwaukee Brewers, the 25 seed versus the 24 seed. And who would have predicted that in their bracket? No one out there, I bet, had Milwaukee and Miami moving on instead of the Yankees and Texas. But in this one and done tournament, one good game, one good pitcher, couple of lucky rolls, whatever happens. Just like that Yankee, I mean, 1 through 11 ties the ball game up. That's all I have to say. 1 through 11 ties the ball game up, and they came that close to having extra innings. So that'll be it for this session. Be sure to join us next session when we take the Houston Astros, the number 10 seed, with a .531 winning percentage. Number 10 seed Houston Astros are going to take on the 23rd seed San Diego Padres with their .457 winning percentage. So the 10 seed versus the 23 seed Astros Padres next time for us here in our Major League Baseball 2015 one and done tournament. So the top 4 teams in the North bracket are set. It's St. Louis, Baltimore, the number 1 seed of the tournament, St. Louis, versus the 16 seed Baltimore Orioles, versus the 20. And then we have game number 2 is the 25 seed Milwaukee Brewers and the 24 seed Miami Marlins. Who would have thunk it? The 24 seed has home field advantage for the game. The 24 seed has home field advantage. So Miami Marlins home for their next game because of the big upset that Milwaukee pulled over Texas. Wow, this turned out to be quite an interesting tournament so far. Hopefully you guys are enjoying it. Again, we have Colorado advancing. The 26th seed beat the number 7 seed New York Mets, which of course went to the World Series in 2015. So they are already out of the tournament. One and done. They are gone. And Colorado will face the winner of the next game, which is the Houston Astros and the San Diego Padres. So hopefully you guys will join us for that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. Be sure to leave a like, a comment, a thought, and we will see you guys soon for the next part of our 2015 Major League Baseball One and Done tournament. Of course, you can subscribe to my Twitch channel, which is, of course, twitch.tv/IDJester. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is YouTube/IDJester. And leave thoughts, comments, suggestions, or whatever below. And we'll see you guys next time around the diamond as we take the number 10 seed Houston Astros at home against the San Diego Padres, the 23 seed. Look forward to that game. We've actually had three upsets in a row. We had Colorado, or actually first we had Milwaukee, then we had Colorado, and now we have Miami. All three in a row, three major upsets in this tournament, and everybody's brackets thrown for a loop already, just like in March Madness. So hopefully you guys enjoyed watching this, and I'm enjoying bringing it to you. We'll see you guys next time. Thanks so much for watching.